In this video, let's complete our asphalts in the road. So this is my current layer of asphalt of the road. I duplicate the layer and I decided to fill these regions too. So press Ctrl or Command T. Okay. And move it up. I will make it smaller. Allow me to zoom out. Okay. And readjust them. We have guide as a grid, but I think it is nothing hard to solve here. Just simply try to fill out left of the ground here. Dimension perspective not so important, it is nothing to be visible. Okay, and maybe something like that, it is fine. Alright, confirm it. A bit left here, I could fill it or even fill with other elements between these two roads. Okay, a bit more. I will bring it down because I want to fill with the stuffs here. Nothing to worry. Give a bit perspective and I could continue, but I think it is fine. Okay. Now we could add some bushes here and trees and add some elements of street. But I want to add some lines on the ground, so I create a new document, go to the file, new, and maybe 1000 by 3000 could be fine. Alright, press Ctrl or Command I to invert the color. I create new layer, and which shape or selection doesn't matter, just fill it with white color. I choose fill color white and no stroke. Okay, set dimensions, maybe something like that, it is fine. And I copy, maybe smaller, because I don't wanna copy and repeat too much. Alright. Hold on the Alt and Shift or Option Shift on Mac. And create some lines. And because I want to repeat them, I'm trying to make similar gap. Alright. That is fine. Maybe even smaller a bit. Okay. I need to merge them all with background. So you could press Shift Control or Shift Command E, or go to Layer menu and merge visible or flatten, doesn't matter here. I want to make them a bit round. So filter, blur, and Gaussian blur. Try to find edges here. Okay, something like that. And image adjustment levels and increase contrast. You see, it's getting rounded. All right. And maybe a bit imperfection. So brush, black color, and something like that could be fine. Allow me to check. Maybe, yeah. Just create some variation, decay of the paints. Again, filter, blur, Gaussian blur, this time less value, something like that could be fine. Alright, okay. Now I drag it directly into my project, yes. Allow me to move it up Okay. Right click and convert it to smart object. Control or Command T. Again, you could use guides, but we have lines here, so nothing to worry. Just try to match the points. Don't worry about size for now. I'm just trying to make depth of perspective. All right, it matches fine. Now you could hold on the Alt Shift or Option Shift on Mac and make it smaller and even taller. I think it passed too much. Allow me to expand it a bit. Shift Control, Alt or Shift Command Option. All right. Something like that, it could be fine. And for blending, something for lighten. Okay. And you could decrease a bit opacity to match with your ground. I think this is fine. Hold on the Alt or Option and copy. If you need, you could set on normal again, Control or Command T, and match the points here. Control and drag. I think it's getting too much. All right. You don't need to go too far, but just something like that. It is not so obvious, but you could make it smaller even. Bring it here and lighten, or even screen, it doesn't matter. I'm using arrow keys to match. I think the spacing here is not so correct, but okay. Not so accurate. Doesn't matter, I could move them later on. Just try to make overall. Okay. Even this angle not match. Alt and copy again. Control or Command T. Make it smaller. And match the points. Allow me to press enter to check. It's not bad actually. It is acceptable. This line, it seems shorter because of perspective, so don't need. I merge these layers together, so select all these layers, press Ctrl or Command E to merge them together, and again lighten. Still you could press Ctrl or Command T and set, or because they are not smart anymore, I could simply enable marquee tool, rectangular marquee tool, and just select them, hold on the Control or Command key and move any place you like. The perspective angles could be fixed here also, nothing to worry. Okay. All right. I think this is too much short. I could even replicate from here. Hold on the Control and Alt or Command Option and copy. And Control or Command T, make it smaller. Something like that. I guess it is fine. Here the gap is not so fine, so I could make it a bit shorter, just selecting some parts and delete. All right. Also, maybe for here a bit noticeable. Okay. Still, you could blur them out or decrease opacity or add noise. I think add some noise here is not bad. I create new layer, fill with black color, press Alt or Option delete or backspace, fill with foreground, filter, noise, add noise, uniform, it is darker. Alright, if I hold an Alt or Option key and click between these two layers, because we blended, not made mask, it's applied the whole information areas. Here it is very important and useful tip. I double click on empty space area of this layer, and the blend F, we was working until now on this layer. Now for on the layer, if I move it to the left, you see what's happened here. We are cutting the dark areas, and I could hold on the Alt or Option key and drag to make it fade, but doesn't matter. As you see now, it's only applied here. It is too intense and too sharp, so filter, blur, Gaussian blur. I blur it out a bit, not too much, maybe something like that. You could use blending mode still here, something like lighten, darken, overlay, or just simply decrease the opacity to blend, and you see it's kinda have texture bump. Alright, I think it is fine.